Hello, I'm Judy Biggert from the great state of Illinois, and my phone has been ringing off the hook all week. Starting at 7:30 in the morning, that means my constituents have been calling at 6:30 in the morning to voice their concerns about this bill. I can't believe that we have gotten this far. What my constituents are saying, we want to keep our health care. And, you know, the president promised that. If you like the health care plan you have, you can keep it. And that's not happening. I had an amendment in one of the committees, Education and Labor. It was soundly defeated by every Democrat there. So we're not going to be able to keep our plan, they say. I say, that's right. We won't be able to do that. Why are we doing this when we can lower the cost, make it affordable for everybody? We can have accessibility for those that don't have health care now, and we can keep the quality of health care if we look at the alternative GOP plan.
Thanks, Judy. The American people want health care reform, but the American people don't want that. Republicans have been listening to the American people throughout this year. And we've heard the families, small businesses, and family farms of this country want to see us take decisive action to lower the cost of health insurance and lower the cost of health care in the long term. Astoundingly, Democrats are bringing to the floor a bill today that will not reduce the cost of health insurance. It will grow the size of government. And now we're going to see what their majority is made of. Particularly, we're going to see what those who profess to be conservative Democrats are made of. In a few moments, I'm going to jump in the car and drive down to the World War II Memorial. There's a group of Hoosiers that are making their way to that memorial as we speak, some of whom are making their first and probably only visit to a memorial that was built in their honor. I will take all the time they need to shake every hand and thank every hero for what they did for freedom. They risked their lives for freedom. We will find out today if enough conservative Democrats are willing to vote no for freedom.
Questions?
Mr. Banner, are any of you having conversations with some of those conservative Democrats and trying to push the case?
Well, there are a lot of our members who are having conversations with their friends across the aisle, and we'll see what happens later on today.
Mr. Banner, how do you think the Stupak amendment being considered on the floor is going to affect the outcome of this bill? And I'm assuming, are you and the other leaders whipping it? Republicans to vote for it?
We are for the Stupak amendment. We believe that taxpayer funding of abortion is wrong, and we'll do everything we can to stop that from happening by passing the Stupak amendment.
Leader Boehner, there's been some talk about a substantial number of Republicans voting present on this so that the Stupak amendment doesn't have enough votes to pass. Is there any truth to that?
Not that I'm aware of. Our leadership stands in favor of the Stupak amendment, and I and my leadership colleagues will vote in favor of the amendment.
Mr. Boehner, you said you're going to do everything you can to stop this bill. I mean, do you have any patterns that you're going to bring to the floor that will help try to settle?
The American people do not want this. And we are going to do everything we can to make sure this does not happen. We have more common sense ideas that can bring down the cost of health insurance and health care and expand access. It's a step-by-step approach that the American people support. And so as the day goes on, we're going to do everything we can to make sure this does not happen.
Do you feel that after passing the amended bill last night, do you think that the American people need more time to read it? I mean, are you going to go on the floor and read? Are we going to see another filibuster, so to speak?
We're going to do everything we can to make sure this does not happen. Thanks.
Do you have Democrats on the immigration question later to get a motion to recommit successful pass?
We'll see.
All right, well, that was John Boehner and other members of the Republican leadership in Congress. And you heard what he said. They're going to do everything they can to try to stop this legislation from passing in the House. The Democrats need 218 votes. And behind those doors on the left-hand side of the screen, the Democratic caucus meeting with the president, making a rare Saturday visit to Capitol Hill, trying to square up and get to that magic number of 218. They will apparently bring it to a vote later on today. We heard that not only are the Republicans united, that there will not be one single Republican vote for this version of the bill, that in fact they've been able to draw the support of some conservative Democrats as well, which could make it very tough, Jamie, for the Democrats to get to that number.
And we will hear from the other side of the aisle. We're also watching the commissioning of the USS New York with the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, planning on giving the keynote address there. But for now, Rick Fulbaum and I, Jamie Colby, will send it to Washington, D.C., and Brian Wilson keep it on Fox.